The World According to Lowe, the podcast where life, career, and Welcome to The World According to Lowe, the podcast where life, career, and culture converge in captivating ways. Hosted by visionary cinematographer and documentary creator Aloysius Lowe Ballard. Each episode takes you behind the scenes of the media world, offering a glimpse into the cultural moments that shape our times. The World According to Lowe is your ticket to seeing life through Lowe's lens, where every moment is an opportunity to discover something extraordinary. Let's dive in.
Yo, whoa, let's get in here, man. Shout out to y'all in the building, man. What's good? It's your boy Lowe, man. We're back for another episode of The World According to Lowe. I'm still getting some of season 3 lined up, man. Your boy been going through it and really just been having to try to get my life together, man. Somebody out there understand what I'm talking about. With all these changes in the country, man, it's a lot going on. But, man, here we are. I'm pushing through, persevering, and, man, doing what I got to do. So I hope y'all good, man. We're going to get into a little conversation and groove today. I got some music I'm reviewing. Artist by the name of Laney Ray sent me some music to check out, and she's got a project coming, so we're going to see what's to that, and I'm going to give y'all some feedback on that. But, yeah, man, we in the building. Hope y'all having a good day. And it's weird, I don't know. Like I be thinking like, should I keep like filming on should I keep filming on Monday nights? Like Monday nights is like such a, I don't know. It's like a weird time, you know what I mean? But nevertheless, we here, we doing our thing. And we're going to get to it. I actually miss podding, man. Like, podding for me has, like, really been therapeutic, dog. So, like, when I don't get to do it, like, I feel some kind of way. Like, I love having conversations with people. And I was actually supposed to do that tonight, but Laney Ray could not have joined me. So we're going to bring her back next pod maybe, or one of the next pods, and have a conversation about like what she got going on, especially with this music. But yeah, man, we're gonna get into that in a second. For those who don't know who I am, my name is Aloysius Lowe Ballard, and I am a man, I'm just a real nigga. I am, man. Ain't gonna hold you. No, let me stop. But for real, man, I'm a filmmaker and whatnot by trade and different things. But really, man, I'm just a cool guy that you can vibe with and fool off with and have some pretty good, insightful thoughts about things. And, yeah, man, we just going to chop it up and see what's to it. Man, I went to the gym today, bruh, and I am so sore. Y'all see, look, let me show y'all. For those watching, I got my gel pack on because, like, bruh, it's real out here. When a brother turned over, like, 40-something, bruh, like, your body just don't respond the way it used to. Like, you be doing the what is it, the Tiger Bomb and all that other stuff, man. So anyway, yeah, so I'm a little sore today, but I'm trying to stay consistent. I'm trying to juggle all this stuff, dog, like trying to get my health and stuff in check, trying to grow my business, trying to get better at my craft, dog, because AI is real out here in these streets. And it's like, you just gotta do what you can, man. So, anywho, man, thank y'all for pulling up. Thank y'all for rocking with your boy. And we're gonna get into this live stream, this production, man, and see what's to it. I'm trying a new setup. So right now, I am streaming using something called Streamlabs, which is another version of OBS. Because for me, OBS never works right on my Macs. Like, I don't know why. Like, it just never works right. So Streamlabs seems to be better. And I don't know. Like, it's one of those things where you figure out what works for you, and then you go from there. You dig? But yeah, I am actually taking a second right now, and I'm trying to see what I sound like. Like, it's one of those things where you figure out what works for you, and then you go from there. You dig? Okay. But yeah, I am. All right, my mic ain't too bad. I don't want to be too hot. So yeah, I told y'all we keep it real around here, man. But lot going on, man. I got to go to Memphis this week, and I'll be shooting like a short documentary there for that. And we gonna have fun, man. I'm gonna try not to eat too much food because, bruh, it is the Barbecue World Championships, and they are doing like everything you can think of, barbecuing a whole lot of stuff. So, you know, we gonna cook on that tip and go from there. But I'm excited. I got to prep this week. So what all do I have left? I just turned in deliverables today for an edit I had to do with a conference in Nashville. Turned around, my daughter found out her car started rattling, so I had to do that, had to fix that. And while I was doing that, I found out like her motor, like her spark plugs and like the gasket, it's something like called ignition coils, like are all jacked, and she got to get that, like we got to get that fixed. And then like, oh, it's just all these things that just keep coming, man. Is it just me, or do you feel like life is really just like on one right now? Like, it cannot just be my life. Like, life is really on one. And then time is like speeding through. Do y'all realize we almost halfway through 25? Like, yo, where it was just Christmas. Like, who running time in the calendar, gang? Like, and then we got all this other stuff, man. And bruh, man, I'm like, it's a lot, dog. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's a lot. You dig? And I'm just trying to make the most of it. And I feel like, bruh, it's one of them things where you just gotta figure it out, man. Like, the brakes gonna be the brakes. And you know, like, sheesh, dog. Like, what are we doing at this point? You know? And I'm like, bro, like, at the end of the day, I don't know, man. I'm just trying to make the most of it. I'm trying to figure it out. And you know, people acting weird. Like, I don't know why people be weird now, man. Like, everybody seem to be, I know everybody going through something, but like, bruh, like, why we gotta be weird? Like, some of y'all really need to ask yourself, like, am I out here being weird? Because, like, the way people switching up for no reason, and I mean, like, no reason, dog. We all trying to make it. We all trying to figure it out. We all trying to do one thing or another. And, like, some of y'all just wilding, gang. And, I mean, I'm at a point now, I'm not finna chase nobody. You understand? And I'm telling you, I'm giving you permission. Don't be chasing nobody. If they don't want you around, if they don't want to rock with you, bruh, keep it moving. If they catch back up, so be it. Until then, do your thing, man, and just live your life. But, like I said, some of us out here are trying to make the most out of the life we have and the things we doing. And I can get behind that. Which leads me to, had a great conversation with Laney Ray. Laney Ray is a Jacksonville artist. And I hate that she could not be on the show tonight. I really do, because that conversation was really good. We were having coffee, and we were talking about her single, and how she ended up writing it. And she broke it down about like the perspective of what her song was about. And I'm about to play it, and we're gonna check it out. But it speaks to when you try to please everybody. Now, some of y'all gonna act like y'all don't wear these shoes, but we all have people that we try to please. We try to make sure everybody good, and then we be the last ones we look out for, right? And I've been like, it's so it's so frustrating. Like, a lot of times, like, I hate being that way. Some of it, I think, is from me being conditioned as I was growing up. You dig? And then some of it is like, I think just me having too much expectations and hopes that people are going to do right by me. Or like, if I love somebody, or if I'm showing you love, that you gonna love me back the way I love the people I choose to fool with. But that's not always the case. And I'm glad Laney Ray wrote this, because it speaks to a lot of things where you end up having to have a talk with yourself about how we choose to go about fixing that. And that conversation is not always easy. It's not always the best thing that we have to go through. But at the end of the day, man, it is necessary. So many people have what I call artificial maturity, right? Artificial maturity is something that makes us think that we are evolving as people, only to find out that when the test comes on and the things come on that hinder us, we oftentimes, right, struggle with that. Hear me out. A lot of times we struggle with that. We struggle with the things that make us have to evaluate who we are. I'm gonna give y'all some, and this is something recently. So Casanat is doing a thing called Streaming University. I love streaming. Like, I've been in live streaming from its origin. Like, it was a platform called Ustream that, like, you had to get into. Like, it was all these things that you had to learn. Then they had this thing called Live Stream Producer. Like, it was all the, like, they were some of the first platforms, right? And I love the fact that you could be live online in real time. Like, I was obsessed with that. That was so cool to me. It was like FaceTime, but for FaceTime. And it was also like being in your own TV studio without having to have all the network stuff. Anyway, that's me nerding out. But I say this to say, he puts this thing up where you can apply for the first round or the first season of Streaming University. I get into the application. I'm knocking out the first page, right? Man, such a vibe. I'm getting to it. Then Kai pivots, whoever put this application together. And they start asking some real questions. Like, my nigga, I'm talking like, what would you do if Kai dropped 100,000 people into your audience right now? How would you entertain them? What would you do? Like, I started to think about that. Because, like, you want success, man, and God knows I've worked my tail to get where I'm at, to get a name for myself, to be a respected member of my industry. And then it made me realize there's still so much I need to learn and grow in. Like, yeah. Like, man, it's like when you got to drive 8 hours and you feel like you've been driving forever and there's still 6 hours left. And you like, man, it's still 6 hours left. It feels like we've been driving forever. And sometimes the destination, dog, just feels like it's never coming, man. Sometimes it just seems like the motion you think you have is no motion at all. So I'm filling this application out. I'm looking at this question. What would you do if Kai dropped 100,000 people into your live stream? What would you do, Lo? And I had to face this. I had to ask myself. Because in my head, I know what to do. I know what I would want to do. But like, is that the audience I actually want? Like, what if that's the audience I'm given? Like, do I switch up who I am for that? Is that how I want my journey to go, where I just become carbon copies of what I see other people doing? You know, you got to go stream in real life. Like, everything about your life cannot be private anymore. Like, all your conversations primarily. All of the things. And I'm like, Then they're asking, you know, like, other questions about, like, the process of, well, what do you think your niche is, and like what you want this thing to be and become? And these questions where I'm evaluating, because now, and let me say this, because I want to keep it a buck, right? There's a difference in having a strategy with no opportunity on the horizon, and then when like that dog opportunity come knocking. When opportunity knocks, you gotta have your house in order, gang. And that's what I realized. Like, it's so easy to get caught up in imagining what your success looks like versus working on something that will literally answer the door when success knocks. So I stopped my application. Some people will say, oh, you should have just locked in and figure it out as you go along. I don't work like that. I'm a guy that loves to prepare. I can fix things on the fly, but I feel like if you're given an opportunity, that is too great of an opportunity to waste for a learning experience. Like, when I answer that call, like, if that opportunity was to present itself, I want to know who I am and what I'm presenting. Even right now, I'm looking at my YouTube, I'm looking at the things, I'm like, man, people flock to me in real life. Like, what is the disconnect between that and my content? Like, yeah, I can make it look nice. I can make it do whatever it is. But like, what's the difference? Because in real life, your boy got motion. Like, when we talk in real life, man, like, your boy got, like, bruh, what are we talking about? And I'm like looking at this thing because, like, I'm at a place in life, I need to figure it out, gang. Like, I'm in my 40s. Like, I need it to fall into place for me. I need the consistency of the things I've sacrificed to be evident in my life. Why are you saying this, Lo? Because the song we're going to review reminded me of the moment I was sitting in front of Streamer University application. Sometimes you got to review with yourself. Sometimes you got to look at yourself and say, what are you doing, gang? What are we doing? It is very frightening and unraveling to put it all on the table, to roll the dice against yourself, wondering how the chips will fall. I feel like my audience will be people who love nerdy stuff, who love tech, who love cameras, who love film, who love music, who love arts, but then also love great intellectual conversations. Like, everything you ingest cannot be entertainment. Like, y'all, whoever's listening, if you've gotten this far, there's something about you that is connected to this. And a lot of times, man, I feel like an alien amongst people because I see things so differently. I feel things so differently. I want things at a way that most people are not willing to sacrifice. But I want to be successful too. No matter what room and circle I go in, I stand out. So why is it that it's such a disconnect in my content? These are things I'm working out and processing. Maybe you're there. Are you there? Are you finding yourself wondering, like, how do I get the things that are in my head that I love so much to land with people that I want to connect with? One of my favorite things I always say, yo, is stick the landing. You ever see, like, if you ever get a chance, watch gymnasts. Like, pull it up on YouTube. There's content for everything now. And then watch how much effort people go into gymnastics, where it looks so good in the process. The launch is good, the triple axel is good, and the last thing they have to do for it to count is stick the landing. And sometimes they don't. And when they do all of that effort just to not stick the landing, that level of disappointment, my God, is chilling. Anywho, I have some great people coming up this season on these next pods, man. I'm getting them scheduled. I'm trying to keep my schedule keeps going because I keep having to chase every opportunity to make money. The current state of our country, man, is a little cloudy in the water for a lot of us creatives and a lot of us within this industry. But then at the same time, there are so many new opportunities presenting themselves where we can make money. But being able to pivot and still hunt for new work, new opportunities, is a lot. You dig? Man. So, you know, if you are in the same boat as me and you're trying to figure out, like, how do I work? How do I get more stability in a lot of this ever-changing landscape, I speak to you now to just say, you know, tie everything in the boat down and hold on. I want to believe that it gets better. I want to believe that opportunities will come. I know for me, there is a rise in documentary work, which means that I got to get out here and do more to present myself in that lane and market, because I do have experience in that. I do, but there's a lot of things I need to make sure are in line. This opportunity I have this week came from me working the Wounded Warriors Project, where I do a lot of documentary style work for them. So it's doing what I needed to do. I just need to make it exponentially more known to people who are seeking that service. Websites are still a big thing. Listen to me. You got to get out there and post your work. You got to post your work. I never met these people. They saw my work. They saw the care and concern that I put into my work, and they were sold. That's what they told me. We were sold from your website. That's what I want. But I got to also figure out who I can partner with to help me get my name and message out there a little bit more. Before we end today, I'm going to play this song, and then we'll talk about it. I'm about to play you a record. Once again, her name is Laney Ray. She is a Jacksonville artist. And we're going to hear her latest single called My Love.
Baby, take it. Took some time, realized my worth. All I felt was hurt, bringing me back to those days. I was drowning, ready to leave this place. Had to come back. It was so hard. Remember me, came this far, back in the old days. I know I broke your heart, it got really dark. She reminded, baby, take care of you when no one else can do what you need them to. Know that it's really you who needs my love, my love, my love, my and how I always end up here alone, searching for reminders, a piece of me that never really belongs. I struggle with my pain. Love me anyway. Handle me with grace. Glad you're still here to take care of you when no one else can do what you need them to. Know that it's really you who needs my love, my love, my love.
That was Laney Ray, My Love. Laney Ray from Jacksonville, Florida. Well, she's a Jacksonville, Florida artist. Man, I like that record, man. It's got a vibe to it. Y'all make sure y'all go check her out on IG or wherever she is on social. Laney Ray, that is LANEYRAY. Laney Ray. Great record. Great vibe. Man, bring back real R&B. That's right. Bring back real R&B, man. For some of y'all don't know, man, I was really into music industry before I got into video. So used to produce music and records like that. She has a new one she sent me. I'm not gonna play it on the air, but maybe we'll save that one for when she comes on the show. But I like that vibe, man. What y'all think? Put in the comments below what y'all think. If y'all feel like that's a G, if it's a good record, man. Yeah, man, I love R&B. I think I listen to R&B more than anything else. I don't know. I like music that just talks about real life, like just sits with you, man. Who I've been listening to right now? I've been doing a lot of Tank and the Bangers. That I love poetry too. Like her music with that, the way they did that record is crazy. Checking out Tanya Boyd Cannon. She has a new one out. Who else am I listening to? I was running Sunday. I ran my homegirl, Mickey Miller. Had on TikTok. We were on TikTok live, and she had a lot of love from people listening. We had about 300, almost 400 people in that live. It was crazy. I was grilling ribeyes and just had it up, and we was just kicking it, man. And then I'm still on it. The some sexy songs for you with Drake and Party Next Door. Yeah, like I'm not sold on the whole album, but man, the ones I rock with, that Nokia is just Drake. I think Drake proves that he can make a hit whenever he wants to make a hit, man. Like that joint is crazy, gang. Meet Your Daddy is another one. Let me pull this up. Let me tell y'all some of my favorites. Crying in Chanel is good. Spider-Man, Superman is alright. Pimmy's Dilemma is like Yebba's. That Drake will put these little snippets on these albums, gang, and it is so irritating because they so short, bruh. And like, ugh. Give Me a Hug is a favorite. Meet Your Padre is definitely one of my joints. Told you about Nokia. What else stands out? Somebody Loves Me is I think Celibacy is hilarious. Those are like my main go-tos. I can't remember what else I forgot. If I forgot one, just let me know. What else am I listening to? I'm going through my... Let me pull it up on my phone because my iPad be acting weird. Okay. Let's see. There's this album called Bob's Cookout by Jamal Moore and Band Electric with a K. That's a vibe. I like it. I've been on a little Summer Ty Dolla $ign for a little bit. You know who I've been fooling off with lately that I brought back out is Music Soul Child. Man, I forget how many bangers Music Soul Child has. I've been back on that Channel Orange too. Some of y'all, are y'all Frank Ocean fans? Everybody not a Frank Ocean fan. I also checked out 7 Piano Sketches by Andre 3000. It's not something I'm gonna go back to, but it was cool. Oh, we got to talk about it, y'all. Coco Jones' album is R&B. Oh my goodness. Yo, Coco's album is a vibe, gang. Like, if y'all haven't checked her album out, y'all playing. And I mean it. Y'all playing. What else I've been on? Matter of fact, on Coco's album, what's one of my joints I love? On Sight is crazy. You is crazy. I don't want to do the service. Listen to the whole project slaps. That girl is coming out. She making real music, and I'm rocking with it. Been on that Leon Thomas too. I love that mutt. I'm a dog. I'm a mutt. Damn, he brought Chris. Let me see. Hold on, man. We got to get to where. Let me see, man. Where my air horn at? I gotta do this the right way, man. I'm trying to. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I gotta give it up, man. Chris Brown. Chris Brown just got the means to make it just go up, gang. Like, that dude, he different, bruh. Chris Brown, y'all keep living in that dude past, but I'm telling y'all, that brother got some sauce, man. Chris Brown in there. Yeah, man, he cooking. He on the remix. He snapped. But Leon Thomas is a vibe. And if y'all not fooling with him, he be dropping these visuals on YouTube. That'd be nice, bruh. When I tell you, like, a vibe, that dude a vibe, bruh. He got some motion. He got some motion. And then I just been, earlier this week, I was on some Jay-Z, old Jay-Z. I'm talking like the old Jay-Z, man. Blueprint. I even went down. I've been playing the Belly soundtrack, bro. Like, when hip-hop was dirty and just, some of y'all too young to understand that. Like, when DMX was still around, like, niggas out here barking. Not the Q-Dog bark. I'm talking like he was just on some dogmatic. He could have been a bruz. I really think DMX could have been a bruz. Like, if he had been able to go to school, I think he would have been a bruz. Matter of fact, I want to know, like, let's go through some. What would Jay-Z have pledged? That's what I want to know. Y'all comment below. I want to know. I know DMX would have been a bruz. Jay-Z, I think Jay-Z would have been, he might have been like a Sigma or an Alpha, honestly. I think Nas would have been an Alpha. Jay-Z might have either went the Bruhs or Jay-Z might have went Sigma. Busta Rhymes would be the Bruhs. Who else? Ludacris might have been, he might have been a Bruhs too, or he might have been a Sigma. I can see him being a Sigma, the Bruhs, or an Alpha. Who else was prominent around that time? Let me look at some of this. Method Man would have probably been a Kappa. Ja Rule, probably a Sigma. Let me see who else. Ja Rule, Method Man. I talked to him. Who else? Wu-Tang would have been the Bruhs. You can't have them jokers in there. Oh, dirty bastard. Like, bro, they'd have been the Bruhs. They'd have been a line. Matter of fact, what would Wu-Tang would have been their line name? Wu-Tang Clan. Spring 2000. Old dirty bastard. RZA. Like, they'd have been the Bruhs. Let me think. Who else was prominent? Now, matter of fact, Cameron would have been a Kappa. Mace would have probably been a Kappa, or he'd have been a Kappa. Tupac would have probably been, he wouldn't have been the Bruhs. Tupac wouldn't have been the Bruhs. He'd have probably been a Kappa or maybe an Alpha, because he was in that. I can see him on the intellectual tip, like just like being philosophical and all that. I can see him being that. Matter of fact, somebody clip this up. I need to clip this up because this is good conversation. I want to know, who do you think the 90s, 2000 rappers would have pledged had they been in rap university? Let's see. I'm trying to think. Snoop would have been the Bruhs. Ice Cube would have been the Bruhs. We got to go to New Orleans. I can't leave my NOLA brothers out. Master P, the Bruhs, or Sigma. Juvenile would have been the Bruhs. Wayne could have probably been, I don't know. Who would Wayne have pledged? I don't know, y'all. Manny Fresh would have been a Sigma. Turk would have probably been, I don't know. Turk could have probably been a Kappa maybe, or maybe a Sigma too. And then you got to think like, Mystical would have definitely been the Bruhs. Put a wet towel up out of the door. Yeah, that's bruh behavior. I don't know. Y'all tell me. Who y'all think they would have pledged? Who would the Cash Money artists would have been? Who would Silk the Shock and them have pledged? Silk would have probably been a Kappa or a Sigma. Yeah. It's a good question though. Good things to think about. Let's see. That's just where my mommy going. That's pretty much what I've been kind of on right now in rotation. I can't even begin to talk about the Joe Budden show right now. The Joe Budden podcast was once my favorite go-to. I used to listen to the Joe Budden podcast every day. I used to be a Patreon subscriber. And then Joe I don't know what Joe is doing. Joe got on this when he won that, like they were like top tier in their category, like urban or whatever it is, hip hop. Joe just starts switching up, man. And I'm talking like, bruh, I rock with the JBP. But like, bruh, I can't tell you the last time I sat through a whole episode, bruh. They cat fighting amongst each other. Now you got Mark Lamont Hill there, and it's like he and Ish don't get along. Then you got Joe and Melissa. Like, you know, like I'm gonna say what a lot of people don't want to say. I feel like Joe don't know how to handle Melissa because, one, I think he's somewhat attracted to her, but he can't cross the line because he's her boss. But then it's like he tried to live vicariously through this, like trying to be silently sexual with her. I don't know. It's just like he say these things different times where it's just like he always try to see how her actions outside of the pod go. But he tries to hide it in jokes or what he feel like is being hidden in jokes. And I think it's a lot of like the fellas see her every day in her femininity and her sex appeal. And I think a lot of them they struggle with trying to toe the line of not being creepy or being like overly weird. But then it's like she sits up there, and a lot of times it seems like Mel is there for eye candy because they don't really let her talk. Like every time she has a real opinion about something. Now, if she talking about something sexual or she like, you know, harping in on certain things that are like alluding where they, you know, the horny is up, and it's like, then they want to hear from her. But when she has an actual thought and she has good insight. I believe she has good insight on things that go on. But a lot of times they just like, bro, they doing the most. And now it seems like everybody's frustrated. Between whatever gripes they have, Mel don't get heard. Ish now has to compete with another brainiac on the set, and Mark Lamont Hill, who is a thinker and loves to debate. So he will, if you think you smarter than him, he's going to come for you until he proves that you are not. And then it seems like Ice is further floating to the edge of the pool, where he doesn't speak up and implement much as he used to when it was a smaller cast. I think Parks kind of has retreated a lot as well. You used to hear their opinions a lot more, and now it's like they just kind of, hey, bro, I'm just here. I'll give a little speech or say something so I don't get fined. Joe can't say nothing. But like the way they used to grind and have these conversations, they're not having anymore. So I unsubscribed to the Patreon for Joe Budden because like the chemistry of what's there is just not there like it used to be. And that's why I tell people, when it comes to potting, when it comes to conversation is a dance. Conversation is something that you gotta be cognizant of when it comes to the people you're sitting with. And I think they're on if they can't figure it out within the next little bit, because a lot of Joe's audience is getting frustrated. He's doing these things where he's editing out certain parts of the pod that people are paying for. Like if y'all get into an argument on the pod and it get heated and it's some smoke, why you think we paying you, dog? Like, don't edit out the real juice and sauce entertainment, because y'all gonna show up tomorrow. Everybody up there need that paycheck. Ain't nobody quitting. So why are you cutting it out? Like, it's already behind the paywall. So a lot of people are frustrated. And I guess, like, you know, when you start evaluating now, the way culture is right now, with everything going up, everything being inflated, you know, that's why I say, like, even with Netflix and them, bro, y'all raising the price, gang. But then you don't want to give us, like, we not getting nothing extra. You just saying you need to raise the price is crazy. And now you're starting to see people unsubscribe to streaming apps. I was watching something the other day that says more people are watching YouTube on TV than they watch almost any other streaming. Now, I will say this. YouTube price point for the premium is outlandish, gang. Like, bro, oh, God. What do you think we are almost back to where direct TV and cable TV were, where you paying $100 to watch things you want to watch. Let's run it. Let's talk about it. Right now, I pay for it. Disney Plus, but I got the Disney Plus with Hulu because some of my family like shows on Hulu that they like, The Handmaid's Tale and like some other stuff. So you got Hulu bundle with Disney Plus with Hulu bundle. Netflix is a mainstay. I don't know if I could ever really just separate from Netflix. Then we got Max, because you got to watch Game of Thrones and House of Dragons and all that. Like, Penguin was on there. Penguin's on that one? Yeah, Penguin's on there. They got some good stuff. Then you got Peacock. Peacock was Yellowstone. Peacock was some other ones on there that we watch that you could really enjoy. But it's like, bro, that's like Disney Plus, Hulu, Netflix, Max, Peacock. Then what's the other one? It's one more we have. Maybe that's it. But that's almost like cable TV. Even that's like $80 a month if you do the 20. If all of them were $20 a month, but they not. Oh, and Apple TV. I'm sorry, I knew it was one more. And then you got it. Apple TV hit you within the bundle of that. I'm like, bro, what? I'm back at DirecTV. And then y'all still want to, like, the packages you got to have, like, y'all want double for no ads. Like, what we, bro? Like, who's sitting in these rooms thinking, bro, what? What are we talking about, gang? Maybe it's just me. Y'all tell me. How many streaming apps are y'all rocking with right now? I need to know. I want to know. Because it's crazy right now. Like, I'm looking at every dollar I'm spending right now. Thankfully, I position myself to be in a place where the essentials in my life are very manageable. But now I got all these things. You got, like, bruh, I never got approved for my student loans to be forgiven. I'm like, bruh, y'all, yeah. And now they done kicked that dog up the street. So you got to try to get student loans. They hitting you with student loans. Your boy up in the White House is like, he cooking us at every single turn, bruh. I don't care how you voted. Like, bruh, you can't tell me, like, gang is going. He coming for heads, dog. Yeah. Shoot. You can't even order something from Amazon no more without it going up $15. Toilet paper? Good luck. Man, I was trying to get some stuff, try to order some stuff, man. Bruh, it's crazy right now. Maybe that's just my house, man. But, you look at all this stuff, man, and it's like, man, dog, like, what are we going to do? What are y'all doing? I'm looking for side hustles, man. I almost became a mystery shopper the other day, bruh. But then I'm looking like, man, you don't want to leave America. But it's like, man, it's so much cheaper and affordable to live other places. And then I started making my list. Like, where would I live? Let's talk about it. Right? Let me set this up. Let's get a little. So where would you live, Lo? Where would you go if you didn't live in America? There's the Philippines. Nah, let's get it. I need somewhere that still feels a little westernized, but not too crazy. Bali, maybe? But then I don't like real, like, mosquitoes and all the bugs. It's kind of real humid and stuff right there. So where? I don't know. South America? I recently went to NAB and met some Canadians. They told me Canada could be a vibe, but here's what I was told by Kofi. And he said it in his African voice. He said, Canada is a lot like your cousin's house. You could come stay, but unless we have prepared for you, may not be the best option to come just yet. So Canada may be off the books for now, but they're strong running. I'll put them in the top 3. I don't know if I move to Toronto. Maybe Vancouver. I don't know. Vancouver, maybe? Maybe Toronto would be better. So where do we go? I need a place where the dollar has more value than their national currency. That rules out Dubai. Although living in Dubai, they have this incentive right now for people who create content where they'll pay you to come. They'll help you move to Dubai. But do I get paid? So many questions. I want to hear from you. If you had to make a list of where to live outside of America, where would you move and why? I don't know. But it's something I really consider. And I think one of the places I would actually go to, drum roll please, France. Absolutely. See, if you don't know, France is a great place to live. They're very accepting of black people. They have a decent economy. And although the food could be like lustering, the coffee is actually pretty decent. See, you don't know. Coffee is probably one of the biggest things that factor into my ability to land somewhere outside of America, which is why South America was on my list. Nevertheless, I hope it doesn't come to that, and that we can just move on and get back to business as Americans, because I do love my house. It's almost paid off, and I do love where I live on the coast. Even though Buddy tried to change the name from the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. Yeah. All right, what else we got, y'all? Man. I went and saw Sinners. I feel like let's get a little. So I went and saw. That's like my motivation music. So I went and saw Sinners. Yeah, that feels a lot better, doesn't it? And when I went to see Sinners, I gotta say, man, so one of my favorite filmmakers has always been Spike Lee. I have never seen a Spike Lee movie that I did not love and enjoy. Spike Lee, Do the Right Thing. One of my favorite Spike Lee movies is Mo Better Blues. You see, I told you before this early in the episode, I'm a musician, so I could relate. Denzel plays this main character just so smooth. And I remember I was young seeing that movie, and man, he made just seeming like being an artist or a musician was just so cool, dog. Had this swag to him. You know, Denzel he played trumpet, so he used to do this little thing with his lips that the ladies loved. And, you know, he would talk because he had this little buzz he would do. And he never really committed to anything. But it came back to bite him, where he was just like, forced to deal with the consequences of his commitment to his friend, his lack of commitment to his girl that he really rocked with, and then his homeboy ended up stealing the girl he was really vibing with. And it was just a good turn of events, man. The way Spike can spin a story in either direction is always it's really dope, man. Then he had Inside Job, where he did this action movie. Spike is just the guy. Just really good. He makes me want to dream about script writing and making things. And he does it in Spike's way. It's hard to see a Spike Lee movie and not know Spike is directing it. His signature shots, the things he chooses to put in there. It's wonderful, man. It's very, very, very satisfying to watch. Another person that I've grown to love is a wonderful director by the name of Ava DuVernay. Ava is tough, gang. When I say something, you talk, and she started like late. She started like 34 somewhere in there. And it gave me so much inspiration into it's never too late. She reminded us of that. Ava tells stories in a powerful way. I could go down Spielberg, Scorsese, Tarantino, So many. But in today's time, who do I get excited about? A brother named Ryan Coogler. And Ryan, he's from the West Coast, and he's got this way he talks. We shot Sinners, and for IMAX, and I talked to Mike, and I told him, this film is gonna be special. First thing I ever saw of Ryan was Fruitville Station. And what's common about all of these things is that Michael B. Jordan was the star in that movie, the lead actor. And just like Spike and Denzel have this pairing, Ryan and Michael B. Jordan have the same juice. The brother did Black Panther 2. Or is it 3 he's doing? He did 2 and 3, didn't he? Anyway, he's done a number of things that just speak Creed, dog. Like, them boys be cooking. They be cooking. And I go see Sinners. Now, I felt bad. My whole family wanted to go. So, man, I couldn't go opening week because schedules kept being off. My daughter was still taking finals. Then we had to move her out of the dorm. And it was all these things. So, like, between all these things, we just could not get on the same page. Well, we finally got to see it. Sinners is a movie that I think culturally blew my mind. The Christians, as they say, got really upset. A lot of the Christians were upset. I don't know why. It just showed the culture of who we are. Like, I don't know why we are afraid of that. It was so many things, like, they just showed, like, the ancestry of black people. Not just black people, like, Asian Americans. Like, people that moved here, like, bruh, every major player that has ever played a part in the South was represented. I can't leave out the fact that it's staged out of Clarksdale, Mississippi. In the Mississippi Delta, where a lot of it is still sundown towns to this day. I realized something is that when you are poor enough, nobody thinks about you. Nobody polices the Delta because it's poor enough just to be under the radar. A lot of times they pay doctors extra just to go work in those areas because nobody wants to be there. There's fields of cotton and other crops. It's so desolate in a lot of that area, they put one of the world's worst prisons out there. And nobody cares what goes on. How do I know? Oh, excuse me. Worked on a documentary called Exposing Parchment with Rock Nation. Had a first-hand experience. Walked through that thing. Boy, you talking about. Life-changing? Is definitely life-changing, gang. Imagine when you go to bed that there is sewage under your bed and all on the floor, and you can't get out. That's what was going on up there. I mean, it was crazy. Crazy experience. But I say that to say, you know, Ryan did a great job of showing that area and that time. And if you have not seen the movie, because I hadn't gotten into anything specific, you should be good. But there's so much symbolism. There's so many things that went over a lot of people's heads. And I feel like I need to go back and see it a couple more times because there was so much in that movie that they delivered. I know I did not catch it all. I did not have the ability to process it all in just one showing. I left that theater ignited to finish some of these short film ideas that I have. I don't know how long my life will be. I do know with the time that I have, I wanted to make it count. And I can do that by being very aggressive about finishing the work. Michael, Ryan, the entire cast, my girl from, what was my show? Lovecraft Country. Is it Lovecraft Country? That had Smollett in it, Journey Smollett and all them in there. Lovecraft Country. Lovecraft. I think it's Lovecraft Country. Anyway, another show that had no reason being canceled because we showed up for that show every week. Hollywood, man. Anyway, she was amazing. And just showing, man, like, bruh, I'm not going to spoil it because I don't know who's seen this movie or not, but, bro, go see it. It's definitely worth it. Shot beautifully. Man, they had this one take where Ryan just kept making this long take. And it reminded me of The Wiz, how they had these long takes where choreography was just coming in and out, where you just saw people moving and it was like the cameras just would just be turning and doing things and you would see new information. And it's beautiful, man. It's amazing, you know, to see somebody that have that much thought into what they were doing and be so anal about every little detail. I remember working with Beyonce and her team, Parkwood, and Frank Gaston said something to me that I never forgot to this day. I asked him, I said, Mr. Frank, watching y'all this is insane. Like, what makes her so great? What have you learned that makes her so great? He looked at me. He said, there's no such thing with her as small details. Every detail is a big detail. Y'all ain't hear me. I asked him what made Beyonce, in his opinion, so great. And he said that with her, if you are to work with her on a regular basis, there is no such thing as a small detail. Every detail is a big detail. She meticulously thinks about everything. Before she showed up in the room, her team was already on the ground. I watched one person, and this is what this is what I want to, sometimes I want to ask God about. Like, why expose me to so many things in my life if I cannot, I just want to be great, dog. Like, I just, I watched their team come into this room, bro. And this has been like 10 something years ago, bro. One girl walks in, one lady walks in. She's checking the room temperature. Hey, can we get somebody in there? And then, matter of fact, they told her, like, hey, like, the rooms are remotely controlled by IT, da-da-da. Like, you know, we can have them, we can radio somebody. She's like, no, I need this room to be like 78.6 degrees, something very detailed. And they need to figure it out. Like, y'all have like 45 minutes to figure it out. While she's having that conversation, somebody else walks in. And they are setting beverages up. And they were like, this water needs, like, the water needed to be there. Certain kind of water. There was a certain tea she needed. She don't do regular peppermint. She needed, like, this certain kind of natural peppermint. Like, all these things. Somebody else walked in with wardrobe. Like, hey, we have to lay out all of these options in a way where she can walk through and process. And it just kept going. The team just kept going. I saw people set up laptops with all these different things. This was lighting. This was the visual references that would go on the screen. This was this. This was that. Then you had the other people still doing administrative stuff where she would have to take a phone call for production she had 8 months from now, but she's already working on it. And they had to take a 30-minute, 40-minute meeting before they do what they're doing for this event. And then I'm watching them intertwine and weave the complexity of her life like a symphony. And it was amazing. I'd never seen humans on one accord like that. Not in real life. I didn't hear one ego. I didn't hear one person say, that's not my job. I didn't hear somebody give a rebuttal about why they could or could not do what needed to be done and what was asked of them, regardless of their statue and their resume, because they all knew that this was an opportunity that they could not afford to squander. You are working with the Beyonce Knowles Carter. At the time, she had just had Blue Ivy. Fun tidbit. I was one of the first people to video and document Blue Ivy. Give your boy some props. Y'all, I had to sign an NDA that was this thick. I kid you not. Had to scrub, had to say I would never release the footage or the likeness of that child in any capacity in my life. People were trying to buy the footage. Like, that was when it was real. Everybody wanted a glimpse of Blue. Their first child. They wanted to know what she looked like, how she was like. Blue, like, when I say they went through real security measures to keep that child safe. Nah, bro. You were not taking a photo of that child. And not getting away with it. Anyway, Such a beautiful thing, man. And I say that to say, like, Ryan Coogler and the people that are in this cast of sinners did their due diligence, dog, to make sure that there were no small details. And I don't know why, man. I keep seeking a group of people that get that, where we can build something beautiful and long lasting in a way that resonates to people, where they know that level of work and care went into it. It's a beautiful thing, man. Literally, it is a beautiful thing. One that I am blessed and fortunate to know I was able to witness and see. And that still sticks with me to this day. And just like that, man, I thank y'all for pulling up, man. I thank you for listening. Hopefully I'll be able to go do more of these more routinely. I've been doing so much work, y'all. I just had to stop and do some content. I had to dump my brain. I've been working so hard, man. I haven't been able to sleep. Like, it's crazy, bro. Like, I'm tired, but I can't. My brain just won't slow down, and like I'm literally crashing. That's how I end up going to bed. And I don't want to get back there. I'm trying to get stability back where I'm in a healthy place with my work life. But it's hard, and I can't hold y'all. Like, it's one of those things where you just gotta work your way through it. If you relate to that, then no. You just gotta keep pushing, man. It gets better. Oh, you thought I was talking to you. No, I'm telling myself that. It gets better. Maybe you need it to, and I'm saying it to you now. It gets better. I have to pack up my FX3. I'm having to drive to Memphis because the tickets are outlandish. And I don't want to cut into my profit too much. Because even if I fly there, if I just suck it up and pay like those high ticket rates, then like the gear I probably actually need to bring, I won't be able to bring without paying extra. Then it's like, oh man, I should have just drove. It's like a 5-hour drive from where I am. So maybe we just make content out of it. Make it a trip. You talking about the world according to Low. We finna really find out, gang. I may break it up and stay the night somewhere. I don't know. I'm gonna see. May just do a room like halfway. Do 3 hours and get a room. Or take a break and then just drive the last 2. Hit Jackson and see. We'll see, man. I hope this was entertaining. I hope y'all enjoy yourself. I hope you had a good time pulling up, talking with your boy. Listen, man, I got to grow this YouTube, y'all. I'm trying to get this monetization unlocked. I'm getting a lot. I'm close. I need to get these subscriptions up, and they're growing. Shout out to all my new people on YouTube, man. I rock with y'all. I appreciate it. If you are not subscribed to me, hit that subscription button. Man, I got a kid in college. I got a kid in high school, man. I'm a dad out here trying to make it, man. I need your help. All that Be Humble stuff is done, bro. I need help, gang. Help me. Help me, gang. Can you do that for your boy? Subscribe, man. I don't even care about the other platforms right now. I'm on IG. The only places I really be. I'm trying to get into TikTok so I can get some of that money, because my boy sent me a screenshot of his little checks over there, and them couple, you know, he getting like a few hundred to 1,000. I think his good month was like 1,000. It's a good little side hustle, man. If you can hit 1,000 for the rest of the year, bro, that's like $6,000. That'll pay something. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get back to work. I hope y'all enjoy this once again, man. If you think I deserve it, give me a follow and a subscribe, man. It's greatly appreciated. If you're listening to this on Spotify or anywhere you listen to your podcast, get over to YouTube and follow your boy, Aloysius Ballard, ALOYSIUS BALLARD. Shout out to my boy Spike. This way right here. There he is. Anyway, man, until next time, peace.
Thank you for tuning in. I hope today's episode gave you a fresh perspective on the cultural and creative forces shaping our world. If you enjoyed the conversation, make sure to subscribe on your favorite podcast platform so you never miss out on our latest episodes. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so don't forget to leave a rating and review. Stay connected with us on social media for behind-the-scenes content, updates, and more.